MMA Free Fight of the Week. I'm Matt Salzer, and apologies for not doing one last week as part of that pitch-up for UFC Fight Night 187. It's the Fight of the Week is going to go to Ryan Spann, and then for UFC on ESPN 21 this last weekend, it's going to go to Max Griffin, and I'm going to very briefly review UFC 260. Now, with UFC 260, we have the rematch of Stipe Miocic going up against Francis Ngannou. Now, the last time these fighters fought, neither one of them really fought up to expectations. For some reason, Stipe did not seem like himself. Maybe that's because he caught a few hard ones earlier in the fight, and as a result, he just wasn't all there. He was essentially on cruise control. And Francis Ngannou, this was his first long decision. It was his first title fight. It was the first time he went 5 rounds, 25 minutes, and he just wasn't ready for the conditioning part of it. He was admittedly probably a little bit green in terms of things. He had a meteoric rise, and there actually haven't been that many hiccups since that title fight. I mean, that was his last high-profile loss. He did lose to Derek Lewis the fight after, but that was only because both of those guys were very tentative. It was a very atypical fight for both of those fighters because of the fact that they're knockout artists. Since then, Ngannou, while he was never a brawler, he definitely relied a lot on his power punches, but he's become a lot more technical since that fight. So to say that it is very possible that he could come in and be a lot more of a threat against Stipe is an understatement. And Stipe, for the most part, he hasn't fought in almost a year. His last fight was with Daniel Cormier, and part of that may have to do with the fact that, as we know, in his off time, he's a firefighter. I mean, that's what his job is. He's essentially preparing for retirement career eventually down the line. Of course, he is the more technical fighter. He is a wrestler, which Ngannou is not. So we're just going to have to see how this one goes. I mean, Ngannou may have improved enough to where he will be able to catch Stipe. Stipe can be knocked out. It's happened to him before. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. And of note, let's talk very briefly about the disappointing postponement of Alexander Volkanovski defending his featherweight title against Brian Ortega. Volkanovski tested positive for COVID. That just happened. This is the reality we live in. You know, people are going to test positive. They're on the shelf for more than 2 weeks. So we probably won't see that fight happen during the summer because we already have several fight cards set, especially the pay-per-views. That one, again, is very interesting to see because we have Brian Ortega, who was knocked out by Max Holloway, but Alexander Volkanovski beat Max Holloway twice. So we'll just have to see how that one goes down the line. So that's it. Of note, this isn't happening for MMA Freak. I personally am now a brand ambassador for Rep Sports. Be sure to check them out in the link below. If you like anything, be sure to use my promo code SALZER88 and you will automatically get 15% off, and that kickback goes back to me as well. So thank you very much for watching. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, comment down below what you thought of the fights last weekend and what you think of UFC 260 this coming weekend. Be sure to check me out at Matthew Salzer, both my Twitter and my Instagram. Be sure to check the Twitter out at MMA Freakout. Be sure to check out MMA-freak.com for exclusive content. Thank you very much. I'll see you next time.